What's up, guys? It's Trenton, and I'm here with my wife, Alex. Say hi. Today, we're going to Game Exchange. We're out here in Montgomery. It's about 2 hours from where we normally go, because we're on our way back from vacation. I saw this on the GPS, thought we'd stop by, so let's go in and check it out. Oh, they have little Ratchet and Clank stuff from the new movie, or from the new game. This Wallow for SNES stuff is awesome. What do you have? Ooh, Poison Ivy, Arkham Asylum. I might have to cop that. So, honey, show me what you got. This is from Angry Beavers.
Yes.
And it's really damaged, so we're gonna see if we can get a discount on it. Not finding any solid titles to get in the PS2 or original Xbox section. I thought about that SpongeBob up there, but it's come down a good bit, and it's not a title I'm interested in, so we're just sitting here leaping through PlayStation, Wii, and Wii U games and GameCube. What'd you find there?
Scan and see if it does anything.
I have that one. Alright, we're now leaving. We just got a ton of stuff. We're going to head back to the house and we're going to show y'all what we got.
1 week later.
Alright guys, we're back from vacation, so we're going to head into... What did you do? What did you do? Before we can do anything, we're gonna have to clean up this place. There we go. Much better. You're still messing things up. Now that we've gotten that all squared away and taken care of, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the selection that we got from that game exchange. But before we do, while we were on vacation, one of our buddies of the channel, Andy, actually got us something while we were away. Alright, we got the bag of games here that he went ahead and got us for our collection. I'm super excited to take a look at these. So, the first game we got here is a game I actually already have. And this is kind of my fault, because he asked me while we were away for a list of the games, my big old list I haven't shown you yet, but I will make an in-depth video on in the future, of the games that I have that I want for my collection. And this was on there, but I actually already picked up a copy. They charged him $10 for this, and this is typically a $5 game. I mean, it's a fantastic game, don't get me wrong. It's super fun to play, but a bit overpriced. The next game we have is actually one I've been looking for a while, not for the reasons most people expect. Call of Duty Ghosts. So Call of Duty Ghosts is one of the weaker Call of Duties of the franchise, but I've always been a zombies fan, and when I was a kid when this game came out, I didn't like the multiplayer or the campaign, but I really enjoyed the Aliens mode. The Aliens mode was a departure from the regular Call of Duty zombies modes because you had to worry more about focusing on bases and all that stuff, and fortifying your defense zones as you took on the alien threats. I never got to play past the first DLC, and I've been looking for a good copy of this for a while, but they're normally like $20. I didn't want to spend that much on this game, but this game was free, for me. For him it was $10, which isn't a bad price. Our next game is the last Xbox One games here, though he's gotten this. It's actually a launch title for the Xbox One, Rise, Son of Rome. Now, I played this game, the demo, when it first came out. It's a Roman fighting game, essentially, set in the medieval Greek times, and you're playing like gladiator type combat and stuff like that. It wasn't super in-depth from what I remember, but I ended up having a lot of fun with the first few levels of it, so I thought I'd give it a try. He also got this for $10. I'll have to ask him what the name of the shop he went to was. I believe it was a brick and mortar store, but it was more like a vendor type dealio. So they have like kind of unified pricing for a lot of their games, especially their older Xbox One games, as you can tell here. Next up, we have an Xbox 360 game from a series we haven't given a chance yet, Crackdown. From what I understand, the first Crackdown was pretty well received. The second and third one were more disappointing follow-ups, especially the third one, but I'd heard a lot of good praise on the first game, so I thought I'd give it a try. I don't know how much you paid for this. No price tag. The last game that he gave us today, which is a great sequel to a classic Wii series, a bit more mature than what the Wii is typically known for, is No More Heroes 2, Desperate Struggle. Now, I don't know a lot about this series, except it's a hack and slash made by, I believe, like the Suda51 team. Now, I really love a lot of their later works that I played recently on the Xbox One generation, so I thought I'd go back and give the older ones a try. I have the first game, haven't tried it yet, but I am eager to be playing the series. He ended up paying $50 for this, which I don't know if that's what it's worth, but I'm still grateful that he bought that for me. And all of these other great titles I'm going to be adding to the collection, except Titanfall 2. That will probably just go to a trade-in pile. He said he's cool with that, so not too worried about that one. But the other ones are going to be great additions to our collection. Reach for the sky! Alright, we have here our bag of goodies. Now this is what we got from the son of a motherfucking... Get the fuck out of my room! Oh my god, I was loaded!
Did you almost hit her?
I am dangerous. I am dangerous. Remember, kids, gun safety is important. Always treat the chamber like it's loaded.
Such wise words to live off of.
Okay, so back to one. Alright guys, we got here the bag of goodies, all the stuff that we picked up from Game Exchange. I've got my wife Alex here, but she got some things for herself and also to flip. Because we flip games on the side to make a little bit of money to add to our respective collections. Because I might collect video games and some statues and stuff, but she collects toys and Funko Pops and the like for her room, which, stick around for next week, because we're going to be touring that. So I'm going to let you go first on our bag of goodies here. You can kind of show us what you got.
So, I am a big Disney fan, and so one of the Funko Pops that I got was Merida from Brave. Another one I got was Norbert from Angry Beavers. The box is a little dinged up, but he gave it to us for $12, I believe.
It was originally what?
Yeah, it was originally $19. It's worth about $22, I believe.
Yeah.
Last I checked. But
that's in good condition.
That's in good condition. The box is dinged up, like it's folded at the top. You can see right here where his nose is pushed through the plastic, and it is on the back as well. I was not happy with the discount, but I already have Daggett, so I just needed Norbert.
Yeah. We can always find a better version in the future.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll show off the games that we got to flip first, and then we're going to show off the personal adds to the collection last. So the first game we picked out here is a Nintendo DS game called Chaotic Shadow Warriors. I don't know a lot about this game, but they were charging about $2.99 for it, and Alex kind of noticed it on the shelf before I did. It's complete. Jesus. That was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. That's what she said. It's a complete copy. It's got the manual, original artwork in the game itself. They originally charged about $3 for it. I think when we looked it up, it was about $13 to $15. So that's a good flip to get more stuff for our collection. Next up, we have Little Dude 2 Plus on the Nintendo Switch. Now, I don't know anything about this game, but I almost thought to pick it up for myself because it looked really cute, and it had, from what I saw on the back here, a lot more Legend of Zelda inspired gameplay with dungeons and puzzles and all that. But we decided to end up just picking it up to flip because it was $17 and it sells for about $30 to $40. So, you know, it's just about adding the more games we already know about and want to get to the collection. As again, it's like hundreds of games we're looking at here. Next up is Terraria on the Wii U. Now, our shop vendor, we didn't get it on film, was actually arguing with us to not get some of these games. And this was one of them, because he was arguing that it's on an older, updated version, which, I mean, it's the Wii U, almost everything on there is. But it's complete, and it's about $15, but it actually ended up selling online for about almost $30 to $40 again. So I figured we could just pick it up to flip it. This was a game I was never really fond of to begin with. I preferred Minecraft. I know that my hot take. This is a game I debated on keeping for the collection. Persona 4, which is complete. It's not golden, which is what everybody wants, but this is the version. It's complete, and it includes the bonus soundtrack disc, which is a version a lot of people really look out for to add to their collection. And I started to play Persona 5, which is why I wanted to keep this game, but I started it years ago. And I had about 10 hours into the game, and it's very stylish, super fun, and beloved, but it's just too long a game for me to play with the amount of time I have. So I decided against keeping Persona 4 just because it's going to be another long game and I haven't even finished 5 yet, and there's tons of games I still want to play. But this was about $27, $28, but with it being complete with everything in it, this is like a $50 game typically selling online on eBay at least. I'm not partnered with Amazon like a lot of people are, like, you know, Phoenix Resale. I just mostly sell on eBay whenever I'm flipping games. Okay. So that was the last game that we picked up for flipping. It's about 4 games we got in total here. So the rest we have here is what we're going to be keeping. So we'll just kind of go through those real quick and we'll show the smaller titles and then move on to the big stuff. The first game we have here is the first Resident Evil game I've ever played, Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. I played this game a little bit when I was a kid. I had never gotten into the series beforehand until I was a teenager, and I played 7 for the first time, and I was immediately hooked. I went back and started playing almost every game before 8 came out, which the only ones I haven't played now is 6 and the side games, which I'm working on getting all the side games to play. This one was complete in box, and for $10 that was a pretty good deal to me. Now, earlier in the video, we mentioned about Titanfall 2 and how we already had that, but what I didn't have that I ended up picking up is the original Titanfall. Now, from what I remember correctly, the servers are dead for this game pretty much since Titanfall 2 came out, and it's pretty much almost the same thing with some new additions and the campaign. But it's just one of those games where I didn't have it yet, and it was $5. I know that's kind of what you can get them anywhere, but it's just one I've always wanted to have, because this was the very first one I ever played. I played it on my buddy's Xbox all the time when it came out, and it was a lot of fun. It's just one I wanted to add to the collection just to have. The last Xbox game we're going to be adding to our collection today is Rye. Now, I didn't get too far into this game when it first came out, but it's one I always wanted to pick back up and try, because I got distracted by other games out at the time. Like, I think Black Ops 4 had just come out, and I got really into the zombies mode on it, even though it's one of the more disappointing entries in the franchise to me. But Ryan looks like a lot of fun. It's a very cute art style. It's about exploring this mysterious island. So, yeah, thought I'd pick it back up just to give it another try. The last game that we're going to be adding to our collection is one I've been looking for a long time. Spider-Man on the PS1. Now, for the last year or so, I've been working on getting all of the modern Spider-Man titles. I don't have much nostalgia for the NES, SNES game ones, but a lot of the modern PS1 on up, I have just a fondness for. I grew up on a lot of the Spider-Man games and really loved them, especially with me being a huge Spider-Man fanatic myself. Like, I have all of Ultimate Spider-Man and most of Amazing Spider-Man in the comics. This game is one I actually only got to play when I was like 4 years old, and it's one I've been looking for a long time. This copy isn't complete, which means it only cost me about $30. These things can typically go up to $50, but so I can just splurge on a manual one day, because this is just, if you see here, just a printout. No, I'm sorry, I'm looking at it closer. This is the top of the manual, which is cut.
out of the whole manual booklets, which is a very odd choice. I don't know why someone would do that for a PS1 game. But still, I'm super excited to be playing this finally again and actually get to beat it because I couldn't get past Venom when I was a kid. It was too scary for me. But yeah, I'm eager to give that a try. There are two more things we got, however, that wasn't related to her Funkos or our games. So what I picked up here is the Ripsaw capture card by Razer. Now this is a used unit, so they ended up charging only about $70. This is typically brand new, like $170. It's the most recent model. It's just good for capturing gameplay, which I really need to do, because I'm going to look into getting more retrospectives and gameplay up on the channel that I think you guys might enjoy, besides just game hunting. But it's a good deal for it, and I'm really eager to try this out and get started on using that.
The last thing that we're going to be adding to our collection is another Funko Pop, but there's been a heavy debate on who's going to get it. I make it sound serious. We've just been arguing in the car like, I want it, no, I want it. Am I right? We have here Poison Ivy from Arkham Asylum. Now, we both love DC, especially the Batman mythos, but I'm a huge Arkham series fan. Like, that was the series that got me into Batman, period. So I've started collecting any of the merchandise I can for Arkham series. I've got a bunch of toys, but I started getting the Arkham Asylum Funko Pop specifically, which has been great to add to the collection, but I didn't have her. But Alex pointed her out, and she wanted her. So we've thought about many ways to debate this. We could just run at each other with our swords. But we decided that that might be a bit too messy, so what we ended up deciding to do was a classic art of war used by the ancients in times of crisis. Rock, paper, scissors. Alright, best of three. One, wait, like rock, paper, scissors, shoot. No, yeah. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. That's one. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Fuck!
It's mine.
I guess it's hers to add to the collection, but we will be seeing that Funko Pop again, as in the next video, like I mentioned, we're going to be doing an office tour, showing off her amazing collection of Funkos, toys, and more. Stay tuned and like and subscribe. Until next time, I'll see y'all later. Have a great one.